Let me get this straight. You blew up a building.
2 CIs and the CEO of 22andU.
2 competing federal agencies with the same mission.
I don't understand why those Fed a-holes are so darn mean.
To protect the public from the scourge of dangerous misinformation.
You know those bum idiots. This is all them. We had a solid case.
The word entrapment, not even in their vocabulary.
The explosives we provided were fake.
Sworn to a duty to always tell the truth.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
We're all being transferred.
To where?
The only place currently with openings. Alaska.
Good morning.
Welcome to the office, huh?
And we got the retro feel. You know, the funny about federal buildings, they're all different, but they're still somehow all the same.
Oh, good morning, Agent Walker. At the coffee station. We actually drew straws before he got here, and I won, so we get to work together.
Let's get started. Let's see if we can't stir something up.
Let's give it a minute. I like to warm up the truth muscles a little coffee beforehand.
Well, what do you want to do first?
What do we have for a surveillance van?
Oh, wow. I got a Ford Explorer. We don't have a surveillance van.
Do you put many cases here?
Cases?
Yeah, cases. We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy.
You really believe this? You really believe that people posting crap online is going to cause our country to crumble?
I think the work that we do is important.
We don't have a surveillance van.
Me and some people got one. We've never needed one.
We need a surveillance van. We need a big case or a CI who can lead us to a big case.
What do you need the van for?
Surveillance.
CIs, or confidential informants, are the lifeblood of any good law enforcement agency. Public posts on social media are one of the best ways to find CIs. Agents would never use coercion or take things out of context to try and persuade someone to become a confidential informant.
New Taylor Swift single is absolute fire. I'm just seeing a lot of incendiary and violent language here.
Agents always need to be on their toes and ready to make snap decisions.
Is there anything I can do for you guys? Actually, David, there is something you can do for us.
Chicky nuggies.
Chicken nuggies.
What?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. McDonald's cheeseburger.
Burger King.
Burger King cheeseburger.
Flame broiled.
Chicken nuggets.
Oh, baby, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be your beaver pilot. Said, honey, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be.
Awesome, right?
Is this a loner?
This thing's totally legit.
What is this? It's got windows!
And we're live. Hello, everybody. What is happening? Did you know grapes explode when you put them in the microwave? No. Just take that with you. Is that a thing? It's true. Trust me. Bitter tears. Like, did you do this recently? Well, I've done it. I've done it for a while now. Ah. Everyone's asking themselves, who the hell wants warm grapes? But have you blown some up? No, I haven't. I just read it somewhere. Thought it was funny. One of those interesting nuggets of knowledge you just never forget. Damn it. I thought that would be, yeah. I mean, it is kind of cleaning up the damn microwave afterwards. It kind of suck. I don't want to do that. But if grapes do, I imagine tomatoes do as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. They're right there, cat. Why would you microwave a grape? Yeah. No, it's grapes, plural, cat, plural. Egg, I did do once. And that's when I learned that. Oh, yeah. I make very good microwave eggs. Thank you very much. When I do eggs in the microwave. You start with them shelled? No. No.
You start with the raw.
No, you have, but you can't do anything but scrambled. Like there's no freaking over easy in the microwave. There's no sunny
omelet.
side up in the microwave. There is scrambled eggs in the microwave.
Yeah.
You have to have a glass vessel. A coffee cup is usually the best because it's like ceramic. And the very big trick is
you don't use a stainless steel coffee mug.
No. That not in the microwave. Just had to think about that for a second. I had to think about that for a second. So yeah, the trick is a little bit of milk, and then you have to incrementally put it in. So you can't just put it on. Like 2 eggs will take a minute and a half. But you have to do it 30 seconds at a time. If you do it just for the straight minute, you're going to burn it. It's not going to turn out right. But if you do it for 30 seconds, take the eggs out, stir it, put it back in for another 30 seconds, right? Stir it. And then final 30 seconds to kill it off. Sometimes even 25 seconds will be enough. And then you have almost perfect eggs. Yeah. See, there you go. You guys use eggs microwave too. It does make good eggs.
Yeah,
you're not an egg guy though. You don't
might as
like
well be
eggs.
honest and upfront here. I don't eat eggs.
You don't like eggs at all. So
at all. No. Saw a chicken lay one once when I was like 6, and that was about enough for me.
Really?
Nothing to do with nothing since.
That was the kicker. Was the chicken butt.
Go watch one. Yeah, go watch one happen.
You want,
especially at a formidable age like that.
Oh my gosh. I found, where was that?
I mean, you don't eat anything that comes out of the back end of any other animal.
There was a funny video that I saw last night that I had to show Kat.
I love the movie Coneheads when Dan Aykroyd's character referred to them as fried chicken embryos.
There was a hilarious video last night, though, of a lady collecting eggs from her chickens and like getting bit by the chickens, and it was really funny. And I didn't save it. I should have saved it for the darn show, but she was walking around through her egg thing. Oh, there it is. This might be it. Yeah, that might be the same person.
And besides the chicken grossing me out, the rooster also turned me off of anything, foul. I still eat chicken today and what have you, but I won't eat eggs. And I'll have things made with eggs or from eggs, but so like I love French toast.
Okay.
But the closer I get to tasting or smelling the egg, I'm out. I think French toast would be about as close as I get.
I gotcha. No, French toast is good. I mean, I like eggs. I mean, I eat the crap out of some eggs.
I'm the only one in my family that doesn't.
I eat eggs like I would eat an egg a day. In fact, I used to. I need to get back to that instead of having breakfast of those little chocolate chip mini muffins. I should get back to eggs and ham. Not green eggs and ham, just regular eggs and ham. But I should get back to my eggs and ham breakfast instead of muffins. Probably a little healthier.
Brano. Wog Day on the Benfold. That's when we have the initiation for crossing the equator. For all the polywogs, we had dyed all the eggs blue.
Okay.
For part of their breakfast.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because, the shellbacks, all the guys that are putting on the initiation, they got like minute steak and like a gourmet breakfast versus all the polywogs. Pretty much, I mean, it was still edible real food. We had just discovered it and, made it it wasn't the best breakfast.
Oh, gotcha.
And they weren't going to have much of an appetite anyway after the day's events.
Wait, what did they have to do before that?
Okay, so before you cross the equator, you're a lowly scum of the earth polywog. And after you've crossed and you've been through the initiation of King Neptune's realm, you're a loyal, trusty shellback.
Okay.
So all the shellbacks initiate the polywalks.
Okay.
And
is it really
depending
bad?
on what
Is
you can
the-
get away with on your ship, because it used to be a lot worse. I mean, the 70s and 80s and whatnot, before all the hazing rules, they decided hazing was bad, and you know, and they got rid of quite a bit. And I'm fine for it, because a lot of it was just it evolved, and you know, like say one guy's not playing along, and he's not, you know, going with it. So a couple of wicks with a fire hose will keep a wog in line.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Right. And you could just imagine how that got out of hand.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Because after, you know, like 1 or 2 rounds of those, after the next initiation, everyone who got beat just wants to beat every wog. You know, they can.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You're like,
so-
I'm gonna get you back for.
It's no getting back. You're getting other people, because the guy that got you is already a shellback and always will be one.
Oh yeah, no, true.
So there's no payback on that. It's always just going forward. And it just, you know, somersaulted into just sadism.
Right. Oh my God.
So they quashed all those rules, and so we got to do more things, you know, like PT in the rain,
Okay.
which we're providing with the fire hoses, of course. And there were just some other things, and it just became more of an endurance thing, how long they can just stand out here, you know, really hating this that we're making them go through.
Right.
There's things like flipper watch, where you hang your head over the side and yell for flipper, and if flipper doesn't come up, you go to the back of the line.
Oh Jesus.
You know, there's the worst one I was on, the one that we really got carried away, was on the USS Kitty Hawk, the aircraft carrier, which was a mixed gender crew at that. So, but the buckets of gruel that these people just got dunked in.
Oh God.
I remember this one female I worked with, Regina, just looking at her hair and like the fish guts and all this stuff that was just in her. I was like, yeah, when we're done here, just go right to the showers. Don't look in the mirror. Don't.
Yeah. Don't even
just
stop.
get rid of it. And, you know, once the water's draining off you, quasi clear, you're probably good.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, sea dye
That's
marker.
crazy.
Sea dye marker stains a lot of clothes for a very long time.
I bet. Holy crap. Oh, so
Well, you're in the
how's-
middle of the Indian Ocean, nothing's going on.
Yeah.
You spend a day.
Well, I mean, it's warm at the equator too, right? So.
It is very warm. But we had also just transited from the Arabian Gulf in the summertime too, where it's also very warm.
Yeah, I
during the
gotcha.
day.
So where it's not warm is space.
I
Have you
read about that.
Have you seen the have you heard about the Fram 2 Fram 2 is a private expedition where they're taking a SpaceX Dragon capsule, and they're actually in orbit over the 2 poles. So normally when you orbit the Earth, you're not.
Yeah, you're going east to west.
You're going east to west-ish. You can maybe kind of rotate it this way a little bit. You don't normally do a pole orbit, right?
Right.
Well, they
North, south.
actually are doing that, and you know, doing some really cool experimentations, I guess. But they did also get a. This is a time lapse from the South Pole to the North Pole, showing their orbit, which is, I think that was Alaska right there. Maybe. And that's the North Pole, I guess. I saw California. I did see
You see
California
that swirl of
right
clouds?
there. Yes. That's got to be, is that California right there?
Oh
Or no?
gosh, that could be South. That could be Africa.
Oh yeah, it could be. No, that could be that. Yeah, that could be the Horn of Africa, couldn't it? I think you're right, actually. I think it is. But anyway, yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool thing. And then they've got this huge window that they can look out. Let's see if we can get now. They're also got some crazy hair, which I appreciate. how you brush your hair in space, I guess. But this is the Dragon's Cupola. It's a near 4 foot wide. It's like the largest continuous window in space, providing 360.
Got into concepting, it has to have the same feel and aura of
it's like a bubble. It's like a bubble.
The actual Dragon spacecraft.
You are go to open the forward hatch for cupola use, and please enjoy the best view of the planet.
When the forward hatch first opens, you can look up and you see immediately that there's a large window up there with the 4 Draco shields protecting the bubbles from the Draco pulses. If you look at the videos from Inspiration 4, you can see their jaws all drop just looking out the forward hatch, not even being in the cupola.
The most notable thing to me is that it looks so simple on the outside, but the deeper you go, the more you uncover more complexities within it. There's 3 different bubbles that make up the cupola. The exterior-most bubble is our thermal bubble.
I would hope that, yes, that there's lots of protection from space. Hopefully it's not just like a plastic bubble on one of those gumball machines.
Right.
Like hopefully it's a little more complex than the gumball machine that it kind of looks
crack
like.
it, squeezing it into position.
Yeah, exactly. Like it cracked. Well, it's fine. It'll work.
Which is designed to protect
It should still work, maybe.
From
maybe some radiation
that
shielding.
You can experience on orbit.
Yeah.
The center bubble is the pressure pane, which holds in all the pressure, and the innermost pane is our scratch pane, designed to protect from anything that the crew inside might be doing.
It's actually made from acrylic and polycarbonate layers, but you also have technologies that are in, say, fighter aircraft that are applied to the cupola. We have a coating called indium tenoxide.
So that's the bubble thingy. And then, yeah, these guys are floating around up there. Not sure what the hell this is, but yeah, this is.
Have you seen the video of the astronaut that gets basically stranded into one spot? If you can imagine, you're obviously floating, no gravity, and you can't touch a wall or anything else because you're that far away from everything.
Yeah. Oh, right.
You can't get moving.
Oh, true.
Because you can't thrust yourself off of anything, so you're just kind of stuck right there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, humans have never been in space by orbiting the polar regions. Polar orbits have always been exclusively used by uncrewed missions or satellites. So these are actually the first astronauts that have ever actually done a polar orbiting mission, which is kind of cool.
And I'll bet you, just given the time with Earth, rolling east to west, they're going north and south. So say you have Africa and Europe, but then on the backside, you get Asia, India, or North America, South America. So, and as it rotates versus your speed, that has me curious about your orbit. Because see, like a Earth orbit, you're not really in space. You're continually falling towards Earth. The gravity's pulling you in,
right?
But you're just staying. You're staying at the same elevation because you're taking into consideration the curvature of the Earth, and you're falling at really the same rate of the curvature, so you stay in the same spot.
Right.
But if
you're going north, if you're going to the polar route,
it's not really turning that way.
Right. That's an interesting theory. I don't know.
And the Earth's wider at the center than it is at the top and bottom.
Right.
Hang on.
This is them opening the thing. I guess they said the first day they get I guess you get sick when you go to space.
I'll bet you would.
They said you get like motion sickness, but not like any kind of motion sickness he'd ever had.
Well,
right?
sure. I mean, there's
like
the gravity's not pulling on your guts or anything.
Right. I think this was the guy here. Let's see if I can get this again. Okay, yeah. So this is Chun. He's one of the orbiters. That's him right there. But he said the ride to orbit was much smoother than I anticipated, apart from the final minutes before SECO, which is the separation, or it's the secondary engine cutoff. I barely felt any G-forces. It honestly felt just like another flight. I had imagined it feel like being in an elevator. It suddenly drops. That sensation never came. The first few hours in microgravity weren't exactly comfortable. Space motion sickness hit all of us. We felt nauseous and ended up vomiting a couple of times. It felt different from motion sickness in a car or at sea. You could still read your iPad without making it worse, but even a small sip of water could upset your stomach and trigger vomit. That's weird, though. I wonder if everybody gets that.
I said they all did.
Yeah, I said everybody got it. So I wonder if it's just your stomach like adjusting to no gravity. I wonder.
Yeah, probably. Well, that and all your intestines and whatnot, they're just.
Yeah. I mean, because your body's floating, so all your organs are floating, right? So everything's got to kind of readjust itself. And then, yeah, they even said they didn't want to open the cupola the first day. We're all focused on managing the motion sickness. So
we're just all trying to keep from turning green.
Yeah, exactly. So they had a movie night and then went to sleep a little early. And then the next day, bam, ready to go. Now, why are they taking x-rays of themselves? I don't know. We had breakfast, took a few x-ray images, and opened the couple of 3 minutes after midnight UTC. So I don't know why the x-rays.
Or why they brought an x-ray machine with them.
Yes, I have no idea. That is a curious.
That seems like some unnecessary weight.
Yeah, maybe unless it's part of the scientific experiments that they're doing, but I don't know. Maybe I should ask Grok. Let's see what Grok says. This is the, what did I say this mission was? Dang it, I forgot now. Fram 2. Let's see. Why? They're an X-ray machine on a Fram 2 mission. Let's see if there's an answer. The X-ray machine on the Fram 2 mission serves dual purposes, advancing both scientific research and practical applications for future space exploration. This mission, launched by SpaceX on March 31st, the polar orbit, includes the first ever use of an X-ray machine on humans in space as part of its 22 research experiments. Primary reasons. Okay, so there is a whole understanding human health in microgravity. The X-ray machine, specifically the MIN X-ray impact wireless digital radiographic system with a detector from KA imaging, is used to show how microgravity affects the human body, particularly bones and muscles. Capturing X-ray images of crew in orbit, researchers can analyze changes in bone density and structure. Because they have said that space does affect you when you. The people on the space station especially get.
Well, yeah, extended time in space certainly does.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough time in space, and humans wouldn't even be shaped like we are anymore.
Right. No.
Well, I mean, because there wouldn't be a need for certain things that the human bodies come up with just because of gravity.
Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, I thought I love space. Space is cool. I know Jody's not a space person.
She doesn't do space, and she doesn't do deep undersea ocean.
Right.
But I think she's got no problem on top of the ocean, but she doesn't do depths.
She would not be good in a submarine.
I don't think it would mind her that much.
Because you're inside, you're not really.
Well, yeah, you don't have windows or anything like that, and it's easy to just really forget that the entire ocean's around you because the entire submarine's around you.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Honestly, you don't even miss the sun. You're just at work.
No, you go to
You
work.
miss not being able to go home at the end of the workday, but other things that people talk about wasn't really an issue.
There are no wrinkles in space.
I'll bet not.
Wrinkles are caused by gravity or what?
They could be, but yeah, I mean, your skin's not drooping or falling down.
True. I can see it. All right. Maybe. I guess that's another scientific experiment. That if we could do if we wrote up a grant, we could go to space and see if we get wrinkles. Okay, probably not.
Yeah. Are we still an all ages show?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Doggy style and reverse cowgirl are the same position in outer space.
Yeah, I guess because there is no really up or down. There's just
sideways.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I got it. All right. Well, that was a good transition because the next story I got pulled up is about something about like similar to that.
Cowgirls. Yeah. Good.
Do you know who Mary Kate Cornett is?
No. What's one of the Olsen girls changed their last name?
No. Mary Kate Cornett is a 19-year-old freshman at Ole Miss. Okay.
Yes.
So this is like the internet and going viral on the internet and how fast stuff spreads on the internet is crazy. This girl had a rumor started about her that she is absolutely nobody you would ever possibly hear about. Okay. This is just a regular 19-year-old freshman college student. She's not, she probably has, I think she's got a TikTok, right? But everybody's got a TikTok, right? So
I do not.
Okay. So everybody, if you're a 19-year-old, you probably got a TikTok.
Oh yeah. Probably 3 accounts.
All right. So this rumor started on the anonymous messaging app Yik Yak that someone named Mary Kate was sleeping with her boyfriend's father. People started then connecting the written claim on the app with her image, which eventually made its way to other social media apps. Well, it wasn't until ESPN's Pat McAfee mentioned it, talking to what's his name, Schefter, the NFL guy. And then it blew up, right? This just blew up. So she is considering actually suing McAfee, ESPN, the whole 9 yards. So we actually have the clip, okay? And this is, Pat McAfee show actually, let me share this.
He's a little more progressive than that usually.
Yeah. So this is the clip where it happened. This is where they got, and I don't know if they mentioned her name or not, but here we
Jackson Dart Ole Miss guy though, so you're gonna have to check in on his father, make sure everything.
So they're talking about the upcoming draft and everything, and so one of them makes a joke here.
Jackson Dart Ole Miss guy though, so you're gonna have to check in on his father, make sure everything kind of lines up there. Yeah, just to make sure. What do you mean? The right kind of culture type of guy.
Yeah, he's
so Adam Schefter has no idea what he's talking about. He made this joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
That because that rumor's out there on the internet, so he made a joke about dad sniffing around or whatever.
Is Jackson Dart of Ole Miss's dad snooping around?
Yeah, which happens at Ole Miss. I mean, that's kind of a situation that can.
Have you heard about Ole Miss?
I've been there. The Grove.
Okay, so you know about that, yeah. So you have not heard about the last 12 hours.
No, it sounds like not.
There's a menage a trois that is
really captivating.
Boy, oh boy.
I'll tell you what, there's some Greek life getting called into question.
Look out.
Learned a lot about the KDs, I think.
Parents' weekend's going to be lit.
Well, I think they're actually not doing it this week.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, from what I've been told, down there in Ole Miss. Have you heard anything about any of this?
No.
Oh, just wait. Because we said it, your algorithm's going to pick that up.
Gotcha.
And you'll hear it.
I'm going to get getting things about menage.
Yeah, no, well, that's the problem. It's actually a triangle.
That's probably still in there.
It's a
triangle.
And there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
lot of moving parts, and one of them's a lot older than the other one. The other two, actually.
Yeah.
One of them actually was.
Yeah, it's a right
birthed.
angle. Yeah, maybe
It's a
related.
situation.
It's an obtuse. What did I miss here the last
Some
12 hours?
kid's
Stuff,
dad.
man.
Some kid's dad.
Clear
had
your afternoon,
allegedly.
Shefty.
There's a lot to it.
It's sad.
Some kids, it is not a good situation for all parties. Trust is going to be ruined forever by a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's just forever. Like, some Ole Miss frat bro.
Yep. Sure.
Okay. Had a KD girlfriend. Allegedly.
This is the story we know.
Allegedly.
At this exact moment, this is what is being reported by everybody on the internet.
What's a KD?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know my lingo these days.
Yeah, I mean either.
Dad had sex with son's girlfriend.
Yeah. Not great. Not great.
And then it was made public.
Which
so
is-
now that's the absolute worst case situation.
So where is Jackson Dart in all this?
We're just wondering. Yeah, we're just wondering. We're just wondering if he.
Oh, we didn't know if there was
his
something.
dad.
Just make sure his dad's
Make sure his dad's okay. We're trying to combine evaluate.
Yeah. Ole Miss dads are slinging meat right now.
So we got to get Jackson Dart's dad cleared
Yes.
before he can be elevated into
We
a
would like
first-round
to
pick.
hear from Mr. Dart.
that he's innocent.
Not.
Okay, so that was the McAfee thing, right? Never actually mentioned her name.
Certainly didn't show her likeness.
Didn't show her likeness, but definitely moved the story forward, right? So, I mean, there's not going to be any ambiguity as far as who they're talking about, right? There's probably only one social media viral story about somebody sleeping with somebody's dad.
Well, they basically mentioned the guy and who his dad is, or they mentioned the guy,
right?
Which will lead us to tell us that guy's dad is the dad we're talking about.
No. So the guy they're talking about is actually the quarterback. They're talking about somebody completely different.
Okay.
That was the stupid part of it. They're talking about the quarterback, Jackson Dart or whatever.
Yeah.
And let me go back to it. So they're talking about evaluating this kid from Ole Miss.
But it wasn't Dart's dad that allegedly got lucky?
No, absolutely not. It's somebody completely different. But what they were just saying is because he's at Ole Miss,
right?
The dads at Ole Miss go after the young, you know what I mean? So they're just making a joke about it, basically. But then they have to explain the joke and explain the story and explain the whole thing. So
Jokes are never funny once you have to do that.
Right. No, exactly. So I mean, rightfully so. I would be pissed off.
Well, I don't see how anything they said calls her out. So trying to find out how she's connected yet.
Because the story that they're talking about is the story about her that's out on the internet. The Old Miss sorority girl sleeps with her boyfriend's dad is the story that's viral on the internet. They saw that. And so they're pushing the story forward.
And how does she get associated with being that girl?
Because it like it says right here, the rumor started on the anonymous messaging app Yik Yak that someone named Mary Kate was sleeping with her boyfriend's father at Old Miss. So then they found
Mary Kate at Old Miss.
Found a Mary Kate at Old Miss, connected her photo to the story.
Right.
And then other people like supposedly made up some other, evidence about it, to try and get their name out there. So
my cousin's friend told me.
Yeah, exactly.
Internet,
So
half of the country hating you and calling you disgusting things, telling you to kill yourself, telling you that you're a horrible person, that you deserve to die. That's a really hard thing for a girl to go through.
19 years old too, dude. That's the crazy thing.
First TV interview, Ole Miss freshman Mary Kate Cornett told me how she became famous on the internet and social media
So I just want to make this disclaimer that we are using this as we are commenting on this story from NBC News. So this does fall under fair use. We can use this and we can talk about your story and we can share part of your story as we discuss it.
We don't know Mary Kate, know nothing about her.
Nope. I'm just saying. So before, if NBC wants to try and copyright claim us, that this is covered under fair use.
I just want to make sure we don't get sued by Mary Kate for talking about it.
No, exactly.
The worst possible.
We have no idea if Mary Kate did any of the things that she is supposedly
people
done.
are saying she did. Yeah, no idea.
Exactly.
We weren't there.
In February, an online rumor went viral, claiming an Ole Miss sorority sister slept with her boyfriend's father. Then, someone attached Cornette's name and photo to it.
People are just, dude.
Well, I can see the easy correlation, but yeah, it's not enough.
No,
Yeah.
and it's just somebody wanting to get after her, somebody that wants to get back at her for something or doesn't like her or whatever, and the next thing you know, and then it's just, how does this stuff gain traction like this? I mean, that's the other
because
thing.
it's salacious.
Yeah,
it's salacious, so that'll make
got
it sell.
Right, but there's plenty of salacious stories out there. Why this one?
Well,
right? Why this one?
This was just a T-shirt of the day.
No, right, I get it. Yeah, I guess so.
Do you know why the rumor started?
No clue. No clue. I had zero knowledge of this.
This disgusting rumor was a top trending topic on Twitter.
Within 2.5 hours. Later that night, around.
This is why I don't twit.
So that's after the McAfee thing. That's when it blew up specifically, right? After the ESPN Pat McAfee thing, that's when it went nut. That's when it went like stratosphere, outer space.
Around 7 p.m., I was #1 trending in the United States. I felt so helpless and so alone because so many people were hating on me for something that I had no idea anything about. I mean, I'm a very normal person. Just like any teenage girl, I care about what people think about me. I mean, any teenage girl can relate to that.
Cornette's phone number was also shared online.
What's that?
I said, learn to get past that, girl.
Yeah.
Life is going to get a lot easier when you do.
That's tough for anybody.
She was overwhelmed with harassing texts and voicemails.
Oh, did you hear that? They actually shared her phone number. Her phone number got shared. Listen
Also
to that.
shared online. She was.
Let me back it up a minute.
A teenage girl can relate to that.
Cornette's phone number was also shared online. She was overwhelmed with harassing texts and voicemails.
That's just people with too much free time.
Dude, why? That's the other thing about being anonymous is it just brings out the shit in people. It really does, man. I mean,
and to say nothing of the fact that this lady's a total stranger to these people commenting to her.
Right. Two things. Anonymity and the oh shit. I just lost my train of thought. The mob mentality, right? Those are two things that are particularly dangerous in our psyche.
And adolescence, at least,
not just
at least mental adolescence,
Right. No,
because
exactly.
someone hadn't grown up yet. It seems to be a lot of these people.
No, when you have the anonymity of the internet, a lot of people will use that to just be the shittiest version of themselves.
The experience of
youth. When you are in a mob mentality group, like a protest or something, and somebody breaks a window, and you feel like, okay, I can break this window here too. I mean, that's a proven thing that you get more, and you get a lot more
monkey see, monkey do
brave in those situations. So
I was having thousands of calls come through, thousands.
Oh my God.
Coming through, calling me a whore,
Hope you didn't have a minute,
slut,
man.
telling me I deserve to die.
When you look back at the last 5 weeks, is there one moment that sticks
5
out for you?
weeks?
With myself, it would probably be at 3 a.m. when I was throwing up while holding the phone with all of the texts on it. Just saying how horrible of a person I was and that I should end my life.
All because of an internet rumor.
All because of an internet rumor that has zero truth to it. Zero.
Cornette says she could barely leave her dorm room, had to switch to online classes. Someone even sent police to her mother's house in a fake 911 call.
Some Ole Miss
dude.
Frat bro.
Yep. Sure.
Okay. Had a KD girlfriend.
Soon, the rumor was picked up by ESPN host Pat McAfee, though he didn't use her name.
This is what is being reported by everybody on the internet. Dad had sex with son's girlfriend.
Has anyone apologized to you?
No. No. They have not at all.
What do you think the chances are that if she does bring a action against ESPN that they settle the shit out of this?
Well,
I mean, they'll settle it without admitting guilt or without admitting fault.
Sure. And probably some sort of non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's also another angle. Trying to remember her name, but you remember the Bengals cheerleader that was the high school teacher for her day job, and a couple rumors spread on her at the dirty.com about her, dating or sleeping with the team's kicker at the time and sleeping with her students in school and whatnot.
Okay.
Well, the thing with Shane Graham wasn't true. But think about one of her students ended up being really true. And she went to court for it and whatnot. And
wow.
And of course, high school kid had a pro cheerleader girlfriend, so he was just happy with everything. and apparently the parents were fine with it too. We're talking about Kentucky. And
Jesus.
Because she was evidently like a family friend since days of yore anyway.
Okay.
And it almost makes sense that the other son would end up, with this.
Oh my God.
Person clearly should not have. But anyway, yeah, that ended up being real after all her denial and everything. So she feels a little protesting a little too much, but I don't know her. Not making any accusations.
Yeah.
Never
Well, I mean,
people.
but if you've got thousands of people texting
I don't
you
understand.
and calling
I think
you,
that's just. You're right. The mob mentality. I think a lot of dumbness of youth. You haven't grown up yet, so that's why you think you need to respond to this total stranger.
Like it's the Jerry Springer effect, right? Like this person is. I am morally superior to this person, so I'm going to tell them how much morally superior I am to them. How dare they do something that like it's like okay, I feel better about myself now.
I want these famous people to know that I was not famous before this. I'm not a public figure that you can go talk about on your show.
This is one of the things too.
I'm not. Sorry.
So this is where she's also probably going to have a little easier time if she would bring action, is because she is not a public figure.
She didn't put herself there.
Correct. She was not a public figure at the time. So there is a less of a standard applied to, I mean, when you're a public figure, defamation, stuff like that, defamation actions
the
are
laws
a lot harder.
Yeah, the laws protect you just a bit less.
Yep. So yeah, and in fact, I'd seen this post from this guy Dylan McLemore, which was very important detail if Mary Court decides to sue Pat McAfee and some of the other clowns. She is in no way a public figure. You can't drag a private person unwillingly into the limelight to defame them and then hide behind the celebrity burden of actual malice. So yeah, the actual malice thing is gone, especially if she's was not a public figure. Is she could maybe be a limited public figure, but she was she was dragged into that, right? So it's not like she was a public figure before that. She's a public figure because of this. So some people third inch long. He covered himself when he talked about her on air. She's got no case. Try again. It's like, I don't know. One, I don't know that, like I said, ESPN's probably Probably would look pretty quick to settle this thing. I think she's going to get a lot of money.
If that's all Pat McAfee said, I don't think she has a case against Pat McAfee. He didn't really mention her name at all.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know that you have to mention her name.
I mean,
the story is like there's not another story out there like this.
Sure, but he's not attributing the story to her. He's saying there's a story out there. He's not saying that this story involves this woman.
Oh no, I get it. There is definitely I'm
pretty sure it would be dismissed against Pat McAfee. It wouldn't even go to jury.
Oh, I don't know. I bet you could argue. You could argue. I mean, there's definitely an argument, but I do think there's enough there to at least get. It's not going to get dismissed right away. It would not get dismissed right away. I guarantee it. I think there would be enough there to at least get to the discovery phase if there was action.
Well, she also has to show that, and just keeping with just Pat McAfee, right?
Yep.
You would have to show that what he did or said harmed her in some way, not just that he amplified what was already out there.
Right. But if that's the thing that made
directly
it go crazy. Well, no, exactly. But I mean, her phone could show that after
after his broadcast.
At this point, I was getting, I had 150 messages. After the broadcast, I had 6,000 or 10,000 or whatever it is, right? So, I mean,
right. Okay. But yeah, it's still.
Where are our faces? I don't know.
I don't know. It says hide on stream. No, I'm on stream apparently.
Yeah. There we are. Oh, I must have hit the button.
Yeah.
I must have hit a button. But yeah, I don't know. I would think that ESPN though would probably want to like get rid of this quickly. I don't think they want this smoke.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, she hasn't even she hasn't filed yet. So we'll see if she actually files it. I mean, it's definitely something Pat McAfee and his crowd would pick up on. Mm-hmm. They're not going to, it's just funny that it was, them talking about a damn quarterback from Ole Miss that got this,
So the boyfriend and his father haven't been identified, have they?
Not yet. Not that I know of. No.
So we're talking about some bimbo in college that did a father-son team. Named Mary Kate.
Careful.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much all we got.
Right.
And this one particular Mary Kate saying it's not me.
Well, no,
but we still don't know. No. We still don't know who the other players in the rumor are.
Because it's anonymous. That was an anonymous app where this started, and then people picked up on it and attached her photo to it.
Right, to the one name in the story.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like it's not one person that started this. Probably, I mean, it's one person that started the rumor. Then
another one shared it.
Somebody else shared it. Then a bunch of people shared it. Then a bunch of Reddit stupid. People like that went, oh, let's dig into it. Let's be internet investigators. Let's figure out who this Mary Kate is. Oh, here's a Mary Kate at Ole Miss. I bet you it's her. Blah.
I went to the student directory and I started looking in the Mary Kates.
Do you remember the Boston bombing?
Yeah, the Patriots Day one.
Yes.
Yes.
The marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that Reddit identified somebody that was supposedly pulled off that bombing, put their picture and name out there? They ended up offing themselves because it wasn't them.
Oh, wow.
So That's not the first time that the internet and especially Reddit has done something like that. But yeah, they supposedly identified the Boston bomber within 12 hours or something of it, and it was completely the wrong person.
Yeah.
And see if I can.
And that person didn't think his denials were strong enough to convince anyone?
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
Let's see if anything comes up on X here. Yeah. Reddit misidentifies Boston bomber. Let's see what this comes up with. Share. This is Grok again. I haven't used Grok very much, but from what I'm hearing, it is very, very good. In the aftermath of the Boston bombing on April 15, 2013, Reddit users attempted to identify the perpetrators through a crowdsourced investigation on the subreddit Find Boston Bombers. The effort, initially driven by a desire to assist law enforcement, quickly spiraled out of control. Users analyzed photos. Whoa. The hell just happened?
Wasn't me. Pretty good. Want me to finish reading?
No. Hang on. Something just went crazy. Muted.
I'm good.
What the fuck? Are you there?
I'm here.
I'm hearing myself through your mic. Like your mic just your mic.
It says.
All right, hang on. God bless it.
I'm at unmute. I got a solid red line on my microphone.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, your input gain just went to like 650. Weird. You know, Logitech just fucking pissing me off. Did it again just now. That is so weird. All right. You there?
I'm here.
So crazy. Like all of a sudden, like your mic just picks up everything in the room. Like
odd.
Your breathing, your entire, like, I can hear my voice through your mic. I can hear your breathing. I can hear everything. It's like your gain goes up to like I said, like 600. Holy balls. So, and there it goes again. Frick. Can you unplug your mic and plug it back in? All right. Hang on while we try and fix this here. Sorry. Yeah, I know it's hard to get those damn things back in once you unplug it. It's like you can unplug it just fine, and then you try to go to plug it right back in, and it's like, nope. All right. Set everything, and okay, should be there. Okay. No, you're not there. Did you hit the button?
Yep, I got solid red light.
No, you need solid light.
I got solid red.
Okay. I don't know why it's doing this. Good Lord. All right, I guess I just got to keep this thing up.
Okay. Well,
all right, we'll try that.
So back to finding bombers.
Yeah, so Reddit screwed up. Users analyzed photos, videos from the event, speculating about potential suspects based on family evidence like backpacks and facial expressions. One of the most notable misidentifications was Sunil Tripathi, a Brown University student who had been missing since March 16, 2013, well before the bombing. Tripathi's name surfaced after a Reddit user compared his photo to the images of the suspects released by the FBI, sparking a frenzy. Speculation spread rapidly across social media, amplified by posts on Twitter, and even picked up by some mainstream media outlets. His family, already searching for their missing son, faced a barrage of harassment and threats. Tragically, Kripathy was found dead on April 23rd, 2013 in a river, having taken his own life weeks earlier. Oh, okay. So I missed that part. They identified him, but he wasn't even there. He'd already...
They just harassed the poor guy's family.
Yeah, they just harassed the poor guy's family while they were looking for him. So, yeah. The Reddit are stupid. Reddit is a horrible, horrible place. And it's gotten even worse now, dude. I don't understand. The only reason that it does anything is because if you notice when you search for something, if you have like an issue or a problem and you search for it, you know, a computer problem, a problem with something, one of the things that's going to come up, and it's going to come up pretty close to the top, is a Reddit thread. Have you noticed that when you Google something and it's a Reddit thread that comes up? Like
sometimes it's just one of the things I skip over, like
right.
When I look for an item and what I get first in my search is 300 different stores offering it for sale versus me just trying to find information about it.
Well, like I'm like saying, if I have a problem with an Excel, you know, I want to figure out an Excel formula, or my computer is doing this, or my, you know, my sound system can't do this. When you search on Google, a lot of times Reddit helping threads are high up on the list.
Right.
And so Reddit is now a publicly traded company. They went public, right? So they're no longer a private company. They're a publicly traded company, and their stock is like $200 something a share.
Yeah.
Well,
I actually used it today to solve a problem with the 3D printer.
A Reddit thread?
Mm-hmm.
See, I mean, so there's a reason why. That's probably one of the reasons why it's, you know, it's still $96 a share. Like it's $100 a share, which is a decent stock price, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's see, year to date.
So it's a decent valid use for the stream to be there.
Yeah. Which, so in Monday, February 10th, it was $225 a share. And now it's down to $100. Ooh, that's damn. They did drop. That's interesting. That's worse. That's doing even worse than the market itself. But yeah, they were $220. That's why I thought they were over $200 a share, and now all of a sudden it's down to 96, where it's probably should be, because Reddit's just, I don't know. There's, you know, there's the communities of Reddit, like, you know, different. If you have a hobby or something, then a lot of times there's good communities on there, but more and more, like especially the moderators of Reddit have gotten out of hand. Like it's very, very left wing. It's very, very left wing. Like, and it's even filtering into some of the hobby, you know, subreddits, where if you've posted somewhere they don't agree with, they will kick you out of even the hobby rooms because you're not the right person for Reddit. So I think they're going to have some issues in the future, being a publicly traded company and all.
Yeah, I don't go across them too much. I don't have that much need to go. But today it showed up just as a chat forum to bounce ideas off what could be going on with my printer.
Right. No, like I said, it pops up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Reddit threads pop up quite a bit.
I see it pop up all the time, but normally I've got good enough reason to just ignore it because it's not bringing me to what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So you remember the Chinese guy with the sign company? We've seen a couple of his videos, right?
A few bars.
This guy here. Hang on. I've showed you to him before. He's in China, and he does these commercials for this sign company where he makes fun of people.
I know I don't wipe my ass and it stinks when I walk past you in public, but
anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap. If the vinyl has less than 1 year warranty.
Red flag that I seen a guy is having a mom, and even worse, having a sister.
What? Anyways, watch me put it up.
You remember? I've showed you this.
No,
before,
I don't remember
right?
this at all.
Yeah, I've showed you this. We've done it on the show
Like
before.
this. It gets sucked immediately. Changing the poster takes us. Hello. Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a
He's freaking hilarious.
No, I could dig it, but I don't remember you showing me this.
Okay.
5 women that feel safe being in a room alone with you.
I don't know 5 women. Anyways, if you don't know how to take your business to the next level, come.
I'm proud to be black.
And I'm proud to be Donald Trump. You know, I've been to China. Tremendous place, really. And let me tell you, folks, there is a way to spot a bad.
So I got served today at the pharmacy, and
Sir, here's how to tell if your LED sign is cheap, sir. If the light burns out quickly, it might be using.
I wish that I was good enough.
What's up, homie? I'm Tony. Well, you may like this acrylic.
If this is you, you better lower your mother tone when you talking to me.
If you don't know how to make the store sign, take it from me.
I am my boyfriend's first black girlfriend.
If you're black, then I'm the real Donald Trump himself. China, China. I know China very well.
So that's Tony.
Okay.
He is a Chinese guy that runs a sign company. He's freaking hilarious. He's hilarious. But go ahead.
No, I was just say there's an American guy that got a similar shtick on TikTok or whatever.
Oh man, no, this guy's just got tons of it. But anyway, so he recently met with this guy. I Show Speed is like the largest YouTuber ever, right? Or so Mr. Beast probably is, but like I Show Speed is like huge YouTuber. He's got, millions of viewers everywhere he goes. He's in Asia right now and is like, he brings just crowds and crowds of people. So he actually got to meet up with Tony from LC Signs.
Share.
So
you're not sharing.
Oh, I'm stupid. Hang on a second. Let me go back. Yeah. Yep. There we go. So this was them. This was them in China.
Oh, shit. Okay, Tony.
So he got his own little
3 years warranty. Okay.
3 days warranty.
Really, Tony? Really, Tony?
So it's cool that, he's getting a lot of things. And then there's actually a story about how he got started here. Hang on.
His workplace.
CGTN, welcome.
This young Chinese salesman is famous on the internet, even being featured on American television.
Or Tony from LC Sign has gone viral for his hilarious social media videos.
In short clips,
howdy, homie.
Tony promotes signage products with uncanny accents and impersonations.
These signs are more affordable than your Aunt Edna's casserole recipe.
But his real act lies in giving satirical reactions to other people's videos that has his viewers reeling. In the comments, users from all over the world gush about their affection for this young homie in China.
Well, it feels very awesome, I could say. Yes, I never imagined that I could be like this even just 1 year ago. Sub homie,
this fandom.
See, another, so just another issue or thing where somebody on the internet just hits the right tone, right?
Right.
Catch the right wave.
I've been working on mine.
You freaking, oh yeah?
Carmine's going to go mainstream any minute now.
Oh my God.
I'm told that game review was a big hit.
Oh yeah? How many?
Came unexpectedly.
I bet people are just confused as hell by
what
that.
the fuck does this have to do with furniture?
What is this?
Who never set out to become an internet celebrity. He grew up with his parents working at a skate shoe factory in Dongguan, and English was his favorite subject. So he started a job as a foreign trade salesman, eventually landing in this signage company in Guangzhou. Initially, Tony was making conventional product videos like many others, but after a year, they still garnered little traction. That's when he decided to step in front of the camera, drawing inspiration from the Western comedians he admires.
One of my favorite, he's Russell Peters. And he's doing a lot of accents in his show. So I'm like, one day, I just think, hey, maybe I could do some accents in the video. So we tried, and yeah, people loved it.
As some of these videos garnered millions of views, new customers were brought in.
It's not as people thought it could be like 5 times or 10 times of growth. No, we made a growth from 5 to 10% in total. And to me, that's actually pretty good.
Last year, Tony bought his first car.
Yeah, I used the money I earned from selling signs to Germany to buy a German car. You know?
Each day, Tony and his team create about 2 videos for social media. To maintain the momentum, a lot of brainstorming is required.
他说 South Africa 没有 power， 那我们就跟他卖我们没有 power 的 sign. Anyways.
No power. No power.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Anyways, look at this. No power needed sign right here.
In trying to sell products to the world, Tony has inadvertently challenged some stereotypes along the way.
A friend from abroad, he see me the first time and he's like, Tony, you're so funny. I always thought, you know, Chinese would be not so funny. I'm like, no, my friends are so funny, you know. We always, you know, talk a lot of things. Like, can I say talk? Like, no, okay.
Meanwhile, Tony has been surprised by the reception of some of his jokes, which aren't exactly politically correct.
It teach me something, is that people are not that narrow as you thought they would be. Like, for example, if we tell some LGBT jokes or Indian accent jokes, some people might have thought that it would be offensive, but no, people actually enjoyed it.
Despite not taking himself very seriously, Tony's fans seem to place big aspirations on him. So I read one internet comment that says, Tony can fix US-China trade relations.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
If I get the chance to meet Mr. President, I would say, come on, Trump. Think about it, rethink about it maybe. I went to the America and I find a lot of ideas that we could learn from. And we also have a lot of American sign company customers come to China and they look at what we do and they also find something they could learn from. I find it a very amazing thing. Rather than treating each other like enemy, I think that would be much better if we choose to learn from each other during the competition, during the cooperation, you know, make it, yeah, it will eventually benefit both sides, I think.
So do you think signs could be the way that that we bring together China and America relations?
Signs being the sole voice of reason?
Yeah. Tony, do you think Tony can be the
Well, he does communicate quite clearly, you know. Well, I don't know how good his Chinese is. I don't know how good his Chinese is, but his English seems good enough.
I would think that his Chinese is probably better than his English even.
Yeah, you never know.
I would think so. Considering that's his home language.
Didn't they say he's in Guangzhou?
Where is that?
Well, that's in Canton, so that'd be his Cantonese and not his Mandarin. There'd be a problem there, you see.
God. Yeah, okay.
You know how many different Chinese languages there are in China?
40?
At least.
Okay.
They're all cultural dialects. Like Shanghai with Shanghainese versus Cantonese in, you know, in the south, or Hainanese for Hainan Island.
Right.
They got their own island, they got their own language, you know.
No, but dude, Tony is, I mean, he's freaking hilarious. He has got some of the funniest damn commercials. You'll have to check it out at some point.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, I'm glad you showed them to me, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I was might have been sleeping the day you showed him here.
You might have been, yeah, it might have been. I think it was prior to. I think it was while you were still out of it.
Oh, that's every day.
Not interested, sir. Anyways, how to know if your sound company is legit?
That's just wrong.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I got to tell you, when it comes to the, they need to be used in the restroom that they were assigned at birth, or that argument.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do wives really want that guy in the restroom with their husbands when they're out of the club?
Dude, I just I don't care. I
right.
really don't care. Just
just stay out of my way when I'm peeing.
Exactly. And leave the kids alone. That's all I want.
Yeah, do me a favor.
Freaking kids alone.
It'd just be a lot easier on all of us.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to jail for nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll have to find some more Tony things for you, because he's got hundreds of these freaking commercials now, man. Like just hundreds of them.
But yeah, I can see I can see how I could relate to him, especially with a Carmine focus on how a lot of things Carmine gets into aren't going to have much to do with the store at all, but somehow still involved.
No, exactly. I think so. As I'm going through the show and doing all the editing, I am just Dave is killing me, dude. He is just,
for a non-actor too.
Oh my God. The airport scene where he does the maybe just not.
Yeah.
And then on the opening, the bum day one scene.
Yeah.
He freaking just, I mean,
and that was a long.
That was the first scene. That was the very first scene we filmed.
Yeah, that was quite a lengthy script for someone.
Oh yeah,
who doesn't do this by every day.
No, exactly. And then I'm gonna go ahead and download it here, because I got to show you this one part of it, because it every time I see it, it freaking kills me. And I can't wait to get this out there, because I think, and because I think there's multiple things in this that can take off. I think there's multiple things in this show that can.
Yeah, if this ends up being Dave's big break that gets him, into Hollywood, there's got to be a lot of acting talent in this city mad at you.
Oh yeah. All right, so I've got it. Let me share the entire screen. So when I think it's right here.
If that's your attitude, why are you here?
Retirement, man. One word.
When he talks about going into retirement.
Mm-hmm.
And then watch coming up here.
One word only.
You don't look that old. How long you got?
Yeah. 14 years, 5 months, 7 days, give or take. Who's counting?
Oh.
Yeah.
It kills me every time, because he's so serious about it. And then it's just like the switch to the freaking smile and but who's counting? That just fucking kills me.
If that's your attitude, why are you here?
Retirement, man. One word only.
You don't look that old. How long you got?
Yeah. 14 years, 5 months, 7 days, give or take. Who's counting?
Oh.
That fucking switch. Oh my God, it's so freaking good. It's so good. And for somebody that's not an actor, right?
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
He's not an actor, or at least he's so freaking natural. He is such a natural at this, man.
And then all the other things that you appreciate out of your actors that rarely get, like show up on time, prepared,
Oh yeah,
in costume,
exactly. Right? And I can't wait till
instead of showing up, 20 minutes late, and you still got to go do hair and makeup and get in costume.
Yeah, whatever. It happens.
Standard actor stuff.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think when we get to like the
The mistakes were made awards.
yeah, no, when we get to the like with him and Zach and
Mark.
the interrogation scene, yeah, the interrogation. Well, it's not really an interrogation to him,
Right.
but the chicky nuggies thing too. I mean, he just nails that so good. All that though, but just his voice too. His voice where he's like, 14 years, 5 months, 7 days. It's just got that voice, and then he just switches. But who's counting?
Yeah.
and the smile at the end. It's like, oh my god, that's so freaking good. That is so good. And I started editing. I started putting together last night the hour scene and the motor pool scene.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know about you, but I hate editing myself. I can
relate. It's like
it's just hard.
I'm my only on-screen talent for Carmine, and
Yes.
I really don't like, not that I don't like my character. I don't like the talent performing the character.
No, exactly. Because we're our own worst critic, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
guaranteed.
People are their own worst critic, and so I'm going to be my own worst critic. And I'm like, God, I sound stupid there, and I look, but
I'm watching me, and I'm like fixating on something that's really irritating me.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, it's something no one's even going to notice.
Right.
No one's even going to care
exactly. Nobody's going to absolutely care about it. But oh yeah, no, it's yeah, it's one of those things. Let's see, what else did I have here today? Yeah, but where'd it go? Add it up. Oh, there we go. So what year were you born?
75.
Okay. You would remember this too. I saw this the other day. Just
a year we don't have a quarter.
Called A Day in the 80s. Now I can't really play it because it's got freaking music to it. But look at some of these damn pictures, man. Holy crap. This is not 80s stuff. Toys R Us. Just some serious 80s stuff here. What I do know is everybody is damn skinny.
Acid wash jeans.
Acid wash jeans. Yep. Acid wash jeans. Big hair.
Mm-hmm.
How many big hairs have we seen so far? Big hair. That's some big hair. Look at that big hair right there.
Torn jeans too.
Yeah. That's some punkish big hair there.
That's and that one of the lead singer from Warrant.
That's a what there?
Or is it Nelson?
That's a girl.
Oh, my bad. Well, it's 80s. The hairs are the same.
Yeah, I guess. You're correct. It was. Let's see what else we got. Big hair. I mean, the coil phone with the freaking, just so many
bangs.
Oh yeah, the bangs. More big hair. Another, what the hell car is that? It looks like
that's almost like a DeLorean.
Yeah, it's kind of, but it's not. It's like a Datsun, or that's got to be a Datsun, or
not a K car, is it?
No, this is definitely a foreign car. That's got to be like a Japanese, I think. Going to the video store, picking out a video. Going to the thing, yeah. I don't know. This just like, I'm like, oh, look at that freaking, that's some huge hair. That's 80s hair right there. That is serious 80s hair.
There's some of the jeans, if you look at the rolled cups on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, did you see some of those?
And the two girls were sitting, it looks like on a set of stairs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. No, that's some serious 80s stuff there. The 80s were fun. I mean, we were kids, kind of.
Yeah.
I graduated at the end of the 80s, so yeah, the 80s was definitely a very good decade.
Sure.
You had a good 80s or no?
Yeah, well, I grew up in a surfing, fishing, beach town, so my life was pretty laid back no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would think so. What else? I got just a bunch of. What else we got? Dude, this Tesla thing is getting out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, refresh my memory. Wasn't it just a couple of years ago the majority of electric car owners weren't Republican?
Yep. Yeah, no, exactly. And so
this is leftists attacking other leftists.
Yes. Like this person here.
Scratch just kind of starts right here, actually, right kind of by the camera. And you can see the scratch going all the way across the door.
Jody says this scratch that stretches
Look at
across
this,
the entire
all the way
length of
across her
is a
car.
daily reminder of what she thought was a normal trip to the grocery store at the Woods Mill Plaza.
I got out there, did my shopping, and came back in.
Now the guy that did this got arrested for felony vandalism.
And I noticed the scratch right away.
Looking through the video from the car's front and side cameras, she found the exact moment a man targeted.
Look at this. Why? Why, dude? Why?
Side cameras, she found the exact.
Do they really just love fraud this much? That they're so upset with the guy uncovering all the fraud that I must have my corruption.
Yeah, right.
How dare
Because,
this?
but the problem is because they believe what they're told. They're said he's going after Social Security. He's going to take your Social Security, and it's like, no, he's not.
He's working with the Russians.
He's trying to get the fraud out of Social Security, but nobody's social. That's yeah. But I mean, these people believe it.
Targeted her car.
You see him walking all the way across, right?
Look at this. He walks all the way across.
But he walked across the parking lot to find my car and keep my car.
From the side camera, you can see him drag the key along her car.
It's all the way across, right from the front, across both the doors, and all the way to the trunk, right? So it's definitely down to the metal. You can see that. So I don't know what kind of repair they're going to have to do to pretty much the whole side of the body.
Over the last 5 years of owning her Tesla, she's had accidental dings and dents from other drivers, but says this is different.
He intentionally picked out my car and scratched it and then just walked away. No thought about who this is. I have things going on in my life that he doesn't know about, right? But now this is another thing now that I have to deal with.
Town and Country Police say they don't know the motive behind this, but
Really?
Well, could be something totally that they haven't thought of yet.
I don't know the motive behind it. You know the motive behind it. I guess because you can't really say as the official police thing, you can't really say what the motive is. But everybody knows what the damn motive is.
What's the over-under? He's got the means to make restitution.
I bet you he does.
It's frustrating to see people targeting Tesla owners.
I just feel sad that there's people out there that are okay doing this to other people. To
other people, right? You're not doing this to Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not suffering because you scratched the stuffing out of somebody's car.
And if they have to go to a Tesla shop for repairs, he's actually profiting.
And currently I'm out of a job, looking for a job myself.
So she's out of work. Let's see if we can. Thought maybe they'd showed it was. Oh yeah, meet Matthew Reynolds from Baldwin, Missouri. He's been arrested for. This was the guy. Decided that thing, and we gotta. Here's another one in Seattle. check now.
By glances over at the car.
Can you believe that this person would do it?
By glances over at the car, and moments later they return and quickly
Look
start.
at this, dude. Look at how just. Look at this. I mean,
hard to say there's no malice there.
Recording themselves doing it.
The car, and moments later they return and quickly start keying the passenger door with a phone in the other hand.
You can tell in the video too, like they're actively starting to record, and they're recording the whole thing. You can easily tell this is a targeted, like there's intent there, and they, kind of a mockery of it, right? With all the recording.
What? Can you explain this? Can
No.
you explain this?
No. Short answer, long answer. No, I cannot. Not rationally, not in a way that's going to make sense.
Seconds later, the vandal runs off. The owners, who asked to remain anonymous, notice the damage about a half hour later and say since then they have felt unsettled and somewhat fearful. By glance,
I mean, just why? Look at this. So there's hundreds of them out there. It's like there's.
Yeah.
But check this. Now, you tell me if this lady has indoctrinated her kids or not. Oh, look, a Tesla. This girl's 10 years old, dude. Probably, right? 10, 11 years old, you would say? See that?
That one I'm fine with. I mean, that's rude behavior for a child, but at least that one is not damaging anything.
Look at the mom, dude.
Well, mom's totally different, but what the child's doing, you don't like something, that's why I'm against tearing down statues. I don't care who they are. If you don't like it, you get to give it the finger as you walk by.
No, exactly. But you see what mom's doing in the back, right? Scratching up the car. I mean, what? I just don't even know. Here's another one.
This emitter was shopping for groceries with his son.
Look at this. Look at that. You've ruined that car. This is thousands of dollars of damage to this car.
When they returned, they discovered their Model Y had been tagged by a vandal. After reviewing his Sentry Mode events, our submitter discovered the vandal had spray painted his Tesla just minutes before he'd finished shopping. He called the police, and they told him this wasn't the first time this had happened in the area. The officers were also upset because they were Tesla owners too.
Look at this goofball. I mean, I do notice a pattern in some of these people. I'm not just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there does seem to be a pattern with a lot of these people. They seem to all fit kind of in the same age bracket, similar age bracket, similar.
Thankfully, the genius criminal had made sure to get his face and his license plate number recorded by Sentry Mode.
That's the other thing too, is the freaking license. Do they not know that they're being recorded?
Driving a Korean car.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Spray painting an entirely American-made car.
Yep.
I just.
And what do you get out of
it?
What do you get out of it? Because you have to do it anonymously, so you're not even getting, Asshole of the Year award at your local club because you had to do it anonymously.
This is what we get.
The alternative is rioting. It's vandalism. It's breaking things. If you're like, oh no, well, you talked about Bernie and AOC as controlled opposition, but like, what's the alternative? The alternative is vandalism and rioting and like destroying property.
Now, look at this guy. Do you think guy here that's telling everybody, his name is Comrade Workwear 2.0. Do you think Mr. Comrade Workwear 2.0 is going out vandalizing and destroying property? Or do you think he's
only
waiting?
in a hood and a mask?
Do you think he's waiting for other people to go out and do it for him?
Right. Well, I'm sure he is.
Because
if he can have, like a legit reason to be wearing his, hoodie hood and a mask over his face, out in public.
Right. Maybe like we were talking about earlier with the mob mentality, maybe he would get there. But I don't see skinny little comrade workwear 2.0. I think like most people that would unironically use the word comrade, they don't want to do this themselves. They want other people to do it for them. Right.
Yeah.
So they'll wait for others to do it because they would not want to get their hands dirty. They'd want the other people to get their hands dirty.
That has vandalized a Tesla has done more politically than your vote ever has. Like, you need to know that. You need to know.
What? Yeah.
They haven't accomplished anything by doing this. Nothing politically, anyway.
More politically than owning property. Every single person that has vandalized a Tesla has done more politically than your vote ever has.
Yeah, so I actually kind of agree with that, and let me give you my reasons.
Bring it.
It shows how ridiculous these people are. So politically, you're pushing more and more people away from what you're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
So it has done a lot politically, just not politically like you're thinking. You're thinking that it's going to pull more people in, where it's actually doing the opposite, as it's repelling more people from your ideology. You agree with that?
Yeah, I was just thinking, if I was, Johnny Liberal and I bought in and got my electric car 5-6 years ago,
and
I still own it because I'm still buying into that mentality.
Yes.
And then some jackass keys my car or totally, vandalizes the side of it while I'm at Fred Meyer's.
Yep.
It's not really going to want me to hang out with the Liberal Party much longer, I would think.
Right?
If they're doing insane. This, I don't want to be with them.
Yeah. Patty makes a good point too.
Yeah.
They call themselves comrade, but then they all yell about Putin and Russia.
I remember on a Facebook thread by one of my liberal friends. This is before or during the Trump-Biden election nonsense. And I just asked the question, what is it you Dems love so much about communism anyway?
Right.
And then they all took offense to it. Yeah, once they start calling me communist, I'm done. I'm like, what else do you want me to call you?
Right.
But, clearly this guy isn't on the same memo they were that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got this. So here's another. This just happened tonight. That guy did his TikTok the other day. So Turning Point USA is, right? Yeah. So this happened just this evening. There was a cabling event at UC Davis, which there's your first problem. It's UC Davis, right? But there was somebody there. Oh, who was it? Anyway, there was another a right-wing police, former police officer or something that was there to do a table event, right?
And someone just comes along and smacks.
Cop, do you see the police right there, right? There are police officers right there. Yeah, watch. More police officers. They just come and destroy their entire thing and walk off with it. And the police just don't do a damn thing, dude. They have all of their stuff taken, stolen, destroyed by a band of Antifa weirdos, and nothing happens. And the cops just go, oh, okay, well, you know. They took all of their stuff. How much longer do people put up with that is my question. How much longer do people
I'm curious what they were there for.
Who? The turning
cops.
point? Oh, the cops. Why were the cops there? Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, you're allowing people to come up and steal other people's property. Basically, it's crazy. The other day in Michigan, there was let me see if I could find the Michigan.
You pronounced
one.
the M.
No, it was Wisconsin. Oh, it was Wisconsin.
Still, though, two demerits are saying M.
Yeah, it was stupid Wisconsin. So this guy the other day at the Wisconsin, this was the day of the Tuesday, they had the election in Wisconsin. This guy is the chair of the English department, right? The Wisconsin, the Republican group had set up a table. The chair of the English department came up to their table and just violently threw it down, knocked all their stuff over everywhere, and walked off. Like, and I think they actually are going to charge him. The police are going to charge him. The school's not going to do anything, of course. But the police are actually going to charge the guy.
Sure.
But I mean, come the hell on. What the frick are we doing? And I mean, he looks like a totally sane, functional member
I realize
of
we're in
society.
bizarro world, but weren't they calling themselves the Party of Tolerance a few years ago?
Oh gosh, yes.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I just love how they talk about how the parties flipped or the parties switched, so like the Democrats were the party of slavery. They were the party of the Ku Klux Klan. The Republican Party came about to oppose them. But then they say somehow, in the 60s or, they switched, like they just switched ideology somehow.
Right.
Despite the fact that, Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act, but it was a Republican Congress and a Republican Senate that wrote the laws, despite a Democrat full filibuster of it.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just
that's true. That's in their history books. That happened.
Oh no, I know.
And they say because then they started saying that the Republicans are the racist ones and the Democrats are the tolerant, accepting ones. I'm like, really? I don't think so. Because you sure are proving yourselves wrong on that every fucking day.
Yeah. No, I know. But I mean, the Republicans haven't done themselves any favors over the last 30 years either, though. I mean, well, yeah, no, they constantly stab each other in the back and don't,
Yeah.
And the whole Bush Cheney years we're finding out now how just absolutely ridiculous that was. How, it's just one grift after another, these fucking politicians. That's why I still say you just all of them need to go.
Well, yeah,
Every
that's
single.
what
we would just.
I would love to get to a world where we never reelect an incumbent.
Correct. All the incumbents need to go. Every single one of them.
Should
Even
it
the
should be service, and service should be a short time of your life, not your career.
Right. I would say two house runs, a Senate run. That's 10 years. 14 if you're lucky enough to get elected president, or 18. And that's, 18 if you're lucky enough to get reelected as president, right? So 2 House stints, 1 Senate stint, and then run for president. If you make it and get reelected, great. Then go the hell away. But, these people that have been in office for, hundreds of years.
I can't imagine how. Was there no one in the San Francisco area to put up even a fight against Nancy Pelosi for 3 decades?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Dude, no one?
This is Chuck Schumer in
And she has to get reelected
1996.
every 2 years.
This rise in support of the amendment.
Schumer.
First of all, Social Security card is used from one end of America to the other as an identification card right now. Who are we kidding? If you want to pass a law and says it shouldn't be, I would ask the chairman and the distinguished minority member of the Social Security committee to pass that law. But let's admit the truth. Everywhere people go, they're asked for a Social Security card. In fact, one way to
At
prove
least he's a
you're both
congressman that went to senator. You look up Jerry Nadler. He's never evolved over congressman.
Which is true.
have a job is to ask for a driver's.
Yep. So that's 96 saying that illegals shouldn't have Social Security numbers.
Yeah.
Here's
you would get during the Clinton impeachment. I remember Jerry Nadler talking about trying to impeach a duly elected president was just the worst thing for democracy, and add 20, 30 years to it, and there he was as an impeachment manager.
Bernie, 2008.
What they have said is that we need to not worry about manufacturing in America, because what we should establish is a policy of unfettered free trade. We don't need tariffs. What we need is to allow corporate America the freedom to throw American workers out on the street, people who are making 15, 20, 25 bucks an hour, health care, pensions, throw them out on the street, because somehow, Madam President, we are going to create wealth in America and good paying jobs in America as we shut down plants, we move to China, corporations there.
Wonder if did that actually happen?
You notice Bernie Sanders looks the same?
Oh, yeah. You know who does not look the same?
Loss of jobs
Jerry
for the
Nadler
American
one, but
worker,
yeah.
and how much more
Who
dangerous
is that?
proliferation has to
Other voices
exist
gives it away.
before members of this House of Representatives will say, I will not endorse the status quo. As I mentioned, it's about jobs, proliferation, and human rights. And there are those who say we shouldn't link human rights and trade and proliferation and trade. I disagree. But if we just want to take up this issue on the basis of economics alone, indeed, China should not receive most favored nation status. For many.
They're arguing the same things that we're doing right now, but now we can't do it because crazy. Well, I think I'm going to end it there with that lovely thing from Nancy. But tomorrow, I had to say for today, but we'll do it tomorrow. One of the other people that was inspiration for our show just so happens to be back in the spotlight.
The organization, the American Sunlight Project, Miss Jankowicz, the organization, the American
Poppins?
Sunlight
Mary
Poppins.
Popkins,
Project,
yes.
claims to have a commitment to transparency and apparently does not extend to disclosing its donors. Has the American Sunlight Project received funding either directly or indirectly from the George Soros or his foundations, including the Open Society Foundation?
Thank you, Congressman. I've received a lot of threats for speaking out. And so I've decided that we are going to abide by the rules that other 501c4s in our country abide by. And we are not required to disclose our donors, small or large, because I frankly don't want them to be threatened the way that I have been.
So sunlight for other people, but not for your donors.
If you're interested in more sunlight, I welcome you to introduce some legislation to overturn Citizens United, sir.
This woman is the personification of evil. She is one of, I mean, how sanctimonious do you have to be to think that you are the arbitrator of what people should be able to see? Like you are the one that gets to call the shots on what is and what isn't true information.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the entire show that we're doing is just about that. And it's like, it's the biggest thing. It's the reason why it's the First Amendment, right?
Yeah.
It's the reason why it's the very First Amendment, and government should definitely not have any say as to what.
Even in the definition of a free press, the right of the people to basically like research and disseminate information and ideas. It never says a thing about the truth.
Right.
It doesn't even matter.
No, exactly. Exactly. Because they figured you were smart enough to figure it out on your own. And
or you have the ability to research it on your own.
Right. And separate the BS from what's not. I mean, but no, we have to have people like
no,
this.
We have to limit what truth is out there.
Yeah. Nope. This person, Nina Jankowicz, she gets to be the one to tell us. And she's telling us that the Twitter files and stuff like that was not actually what it was. That was all lies. Like there was no, there was absolutely no censorship going on to social media. None of that happened is what she's telling us. People were not censored for saying stuff about the virus and stuff. That
and Biden
never
was sharp as a tack.
That never happened, according to Miss. Yeah, I didn't want to say her damn name. Disgusts me.
That's why I go with the moniker.
What's that? Mary Poppins?
Scary Poppins.
Scary Poppins. That's right. Scary Poppins. So, oh my gosh. I just can't even. I can't even, Michael.
Oh, yeah, you can. Because you have to.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either, but.
All right, let's see. Did I, dang it, I didn't save my closing thing, did I? I'm gonna have to try and find it.
You could show Carmine instead.
Oh, I could.
Only 2 minutes or a minute and a half.
You have? Where is it at? Is it on Facebook?
Yeah, it's on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Rethink homepage.
Yeah, except Facebook won't go. What the hell? I can't go to Facebook in this one profile. It will not open Facebook. Stupidest thing. And yeah, anyway. I guess maybe I'll have to like
email it to you.
Yeah, I'll find. No, I got it on the other thing here. I got it. I'll find it. Rethink home. Which one do you want me to show?
The game review.
Oh, the game review. Okay.
Recently, yeah, it's only a minute and a half.
All right, folks. We will be back tomorrow. When
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to. But as we leave, we'll leave you with this wonderful rendition of game review with Carmine Falcone. All right. Hang on. Let me get there. Got to turn on the thing. All right. There we go. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Oh, wait. Go back to 0. There we go. Okay, there we go.
Welcome back, folks. This is Carmine Falcone with Game Review. Today we're reviewing Tekken 7 on the PlayStation number. Okay, we're going to go offline because I don't trust any of you guys online, that's for sure. What am I doing? I'm filming. I'll be the left guy. You know what? Yeah, we'll go Indian today. This'll freak us out.
Chris Penn. I don't know. You tell me. Yoshimitsu versus Chris Penn. Here we go. I'm ready. Round 1, here we go. Twice!
You've been Carmine Falcone with Rethink Action Game Reviews, reminding you to shop at Rethink Home.